Hello everyone, I'm Julian Jacques and I'm here from Roda from the real world St. Thomas.
What's up, Julian?
Have you guys been camping while you guys are on the island of St. John's?
Yeah.
I said, how was it?
I'm not the biggest fan of camping. Um, Camping is cool for about like 5 hours to me, and then you have to go to bed with bugs. So
Yeah,
it was
I got it.
definitely not my favorite part of our time at St. Thomas, obviously.
Yeah. Did you guys bring like beer and all of that, or?
We did, but it was just there's so many bugs and it was so dirty that like we just literally wanted to like get out of there as soon as possible. Well, I did anyway, so.
So where did you guys shower? Did you guys just have to wait till the next morning?
Well, no, me and Toya, we went to the shower, but it just happened that when we were at the camping site, all of the power went out. So we had to, like, walk around with lights, and it just made camping a lot more miserable than camping already is, so.
Yeah. Yeah. We see a part in the episode where, pretty much you were sleeping and, you wake up and, whatever the case may be. So, Latoya says that she thinks that you treat Rob wrong. Do you think that you treat him wrong?
They choose to show what they want to show, and, I mean, if I really treated Rob like that the entire time, Rob's a man enough to not put up with that shit, so he wouldn't be talking to me. But, I mean, sometimes people are brats, and sometimes they're cranky, and that's what I was, and it happens. Like, if people don't have their diva moments, like, whatever, but I do, so.
Before Max comes to St. Thomas, you and Rob are sitting down and, you guys are like, we're going to do our own thing for 4 days. Was this because you felt guilty that Max was coming and you just didn't want it to be very awkward, or?
Totally. I felt really, really guilty. I mean, the whole time that I even met up with Max, I was thinking about Rob the whole time. Like, I had a knot in my stomach, and it just uncomfortable. But, I said it to Rob because I didn't want to go out and hang out with someone.
You're leaving for your date with Max, and you tell Latoya to meet you at the at the diner slash bar. Why did you tell her to meet you there? Like, did you automatically assume that it was just going to be as awkward as it was, and
I knew going into it that I didn't want to be there. I had already decided that how I felt for Rob, and I just put myself in a really awkward situation. So I thought that if Latoya came, I'd be able to get myself out of it, and I did. So thank you, Latoya.
I guess the best part of tonight's episode was when you guys were there and Latoya shows up and you just got up and left. I was literally laughing. Like, I was like, oh, poor Max.
Well, you see, the thing was, I thought that when she got there, she was going to come and, like, make some excuse for me. But what they didn't show was that I was like, all right, Latoya, let's leave. And she's like, oh, no, I'm going to stay out. And I was like, really? She was like, yeah. And I was like, all right, well, I'm out of here. So have fun, guys.
That was really funny. So we never get to see what happened after, you got to the house. Like, what exactly happened? Like, what did you do? Like, were you trying to avoid Rob, just so he can not ask you about how it went, or?
I got back to the house, and, like, I knew exactly how I felt about the whole situation. I think I just felt really guilty to even put Rob through that to begin with. Like, the entire time, right there, the whole time there, all I could think about was him. And I get back to the house, and I didn't even think they were going to be home, but I kind of was happy they were home because they knew that I came home early. But I just need a second to like take in all the feelings that I finally figured out.
So how about Brandon tonight? Shocking, right?
Oh, shocking. I think Brandon is so funny. I think his interviews are hilarious. I really do. It's hard, especially in the situation that we are, to become sober or whatever, and it wasn't so much that, Brandon got really drunk sometimes, and, like, he would do stupid things. But, like, that happened often. Like, his biggest problem was just controlling it, and, I mean, everyone will feel different about that, obviously, and they'll have their own opinions. But from what I know about Brandon, living with him and being his actual friend, really, it's not that he had a problem, he just had a problem controlling himself. So if he felt the need to go and do that and control, and he could be able to control himself, who am I to judge him? So apparently, like, I haven't been the most realistic person this season, so I don't know.
You're going out with your roommates, and Max was there. Like, how awkward.
This is after I, like, ignored his emails, like, was not trying to hang out with him, nothing, and we show up and he's like outside, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, Rob's there, and it was just really an uncomfortable situation, especially with my roommates felt the need to hang out with him so badly.
Yeah, I think the another good part from the episode was when he goes, "I love it when you ignore me," and you're like, "Yeah, I'm sorry." Like,
yeah,
so,
about that.
so why did you why did you ignore him? Like, is it just because you were really done with him? Like, it was just, you know?
No, I was just completely over it. You know, like I kind of knew that going into the date, like I knew that how I felt about Rob. I had very strong feelings for Rob, and that was just going to solidify it and like get all of that like whatever, like the devil's advocate out of my head, like being like, oh, maybe I just like him because I'm on the island. Like, no, I literally just liked him. I loved him, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I get back, and like I just wanted nothing to do with the kid. Like I don't really know him. You know, I met him only so many times. We talked online only so many times. I don't owe him anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I just was not trying to see him. And I knew that it made Rob uncomfortable too. So
Max calls the house, well, actually pretty much LaToya calls Max and, you know, tells him what you guys are doing and all of that, and she invites him to the carnival. How does that make you feel? I mean, because that's your best friend. Like, that's your best friend. Like, your best friend shouldn't, you know, talk to, I guess, per se, like someone that you were talking to previously, or, you know.
well, like, this is how me and my friends work at home. If you have a problem with my friend as a girl, like a serious problem with my friend, it's not that I don't like you, but I wouldn't waste my time on you. Like, you're not worth it to me. My other friendship is, you know, even with guys, if one of my friend, like, was hooking up with a guy and then ended up not hooking up with him, like, I would never, ever go after that guy unless it was, like, months or years later. You know what I'm saying? And, like, that would probably never be the case anyway because I would not get his number or anything. So, you know, it wasn't a surprise to me that my other roommates would do that to me because I didn't like them and they didn't like me, and I'm sure they would love to see me in an uncomfortable position, you know. But coming from Toya, it was just kind of like, yo, T, like, you're my girl, though. Like, what are you doing?
Did you think that was grimy of her to do? Like,
I mean, she's on the phone with Max making plans with him to meet me, her, and Rob at the freaking carnival. Like, I don't want to see this kid, and I definitely don't want to see this kid when I'm around Rob. Like, I'm over it. I don't want to be uncomfortable. I don't want Rob to be uncomfortable. So why are you antagonizing an uncomfortable situation like you're being like the rest of the house?
well, here's the good news. You and Toya are good now.
Me and Toya are always good. I mean, we fought about it or whatever, but just with every other fight that we have, I mean, that was not the only serious fight that we had, and it lasted, a couple of hours. Like, it's whatever. We both came around and, like, saw each other's side, but that's what a true friendship is, when you're not, I was just mad at the situation, you know. I can never genuinely be mad at her because she's my girl.
All right, Marisa, is there anything that you would like to talk about that I didn't cover or say, or?
No, I hope I've pretty much cleared everything up and showed everyone where my head was at, you know. I loved Rob, so I realized what I was doing was retarded, and I shouldn't have been doing it, so I stopped. And then my roommates brought it back upon me, so.
All right, Marisa, thank you for doing this interview. It's always a pleasure having you on.
Pleasure to talk with you, Julian. All right, well, thank you for the quick interview. I hope to see you soon.